So here's the first really easy exercise. Let's call it telephone poles, or they might be fence posts. Okay, so here goes. Our first telephone pole is going to be really, really dark because it's really close to us. And I'm using a 4B pencil here. So the next telephone pole, I want to place about 10 feet in the distance. So this one is going to be not quite so dark. So this one is behind that one. So we're going into the space of the page. Telephone pole number 3 is going to be even a little bit softer. So this is the darkest one, this is less dark, that's less dark. And on into the distance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So imagine that these are telephone poles going back into space, and each one gets darker. We're going to give each one of these a number. So this is, let's call this a number 10, and a number 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, we can add a 0, but 0 is the color of the page. So in this exercise, we want to make each of these telephone poles a little bit lighter and a little bit softer. And we want 10 different degrees of darkness. Later on, we're going to refer to this as the value scale. So this is the darkest and the biggest, a little less dark, a little less dark, less and less and less and less and less and less, until they disappear. What we're training ourselves to do is to believe that the page is infinitely deep. The second exercise, let's call these smoke rings. I'm not encouraging you to start smoking, but it's just kind of a visual image. So our first smoke ring is going to be a number 10 strength smoke ring, just like our first fence post. So that's the darkest mark that I can possibly get out of this 4B pencil. The next smoke ring is inside that, and it's a little bit softer. It's still kind of dark, but it's a little bit softer and a little bit smaller. So that's a 9. And so as we keep going inside these concentric circles, our marks get lighter and lighter and softer. So that is going to be 8, and then a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So I want you to think like you're looking down a tunnel in the page, and with each mark gets softer and softer until it pretty much vanishes. Again, you should feel like you're looking down a pipeline, like you're looking down a tunnel through the page. And again, this is an exercise that has to do with controlling pressure and controlling edge quality. So these outer rings are very, very sharp. As they go in towards the center, they get less and less and less and less and less sharp and crisp. So these don't have to be perfect circles. The whole point is you want to, again, convince yourself that you're going into the substance of the page. You're going into a space where the page itself is just kind of like a window frame, but you can travel on miles deep into the page. The third exercise, let's call it figure skating. So you're going to imagine that the sheet of paper is just this absolutely perfect sheet of ice, and you're going to be skating figure eights that slightly overlap on the page. And these are to be done just with a fully relaxed arm, just super relaxed and super graceful. And you can do line after line after line of these figure skating exercises. So this is an exercise that gets you used to just being graceful on the page and just feeling like you really have control over, over this space.